Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing a long-term market update for Apecoin. I'm going to be talking about some of the more bullish and positive signs that we've seen develop over the last few weeks, specifically breaking above this horizontal level of support and resistance right around $4.15, breaking through this diagonal sloping trend line where we've seen reject off of several lower highs, and the fact that we're actually making higher lows and higher highs as well. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, I will leave a link to my Twitter page in the description below. Feel free to go ahead and check that out as well. I am fairly active there with crypto content. So I'm going to start off here on the daily chart, and I really just want to focus on this level right around $4.15 because I think that has been a very key level that we've had with support and resistance over the last several months, which really started to form here back in July when we had this massive leg up. And this was the higher low we formed where we pivoted off of and then came back up for a 2x right up into $8. So we saw that as support back here in July, a retest of support right here in September, each one coming back up to this to almost form this descending triangle-like pattern with more retests in October, as well as this last bounce in November. And then when that did break, we saw it flipped into resistance right here in November, as well as December. And again, we have started to see that breakout above that level for the first time, really the sustainable move since we lost it back here in November. So that's overall a very positive sign. It's very bullish that we're having this follow through to the upside. And we've actually also made a higher high. And what I mean by that is we've taken out this high that we formed right here in December, right around $4.60. That's where we saw sellers and supply start to come in. And we've cleanly taken that out. As you can see, we have made a higher high on this daily chart. And that's also followed up with the fact that we have higher lows. So we had this first low making the all-time low back in November, right around $2.60. And we're seeing that stair-stepping pattern where we're making that low, the higher high, higher low, and the higher high. So that's the structure we want to see continue. And moving out into the next few weeks here, what we could expect as a potential setup for maybe an accumulation opportunity. If you see a dip back down to that level, that could set up an opportunity where we might start to see that flip back into support and form a higher low. So that would look something like this, where we would have that new uptrend start to begin. Just something to watch out for because there is a very likely chance we do see at some point a retest of that zone. We could also come back down retesting the high from December, again around $4.60. Either way, you do have many opportunities to form more bullish structure, and that's what I will be paying attention to into the next few weeks. We've also broken above this diagonal sloping trend line that has been resistance with the first high right here in August, right around $7.70, a retest in September right around $6.40, and then lastly, the rejection in November at $5.20. So we've seen that every step of the way as resistance, again, almost forming this descending like triangle pattern where we have the support at one constant level and then the lower highs as well. We also saw another rejection again in December. That was the last high that we made, again, coming up to this trend line, rejecting off of it, and then rolling over from there. But we did see support hold. We did see buyers start to step in at a higher valuation. So that's the positive signs that we're looking at. And into the next few months, I do expect to see some continuation if we remain and hold above this level at $4.15. So if we do see a retest and we have that act as support, then I would expect a continuation of this uptrend that we're forming, and I would expect a retest of some of these lower highs like the one back in September at $6.40, and then ultimately the target of the range highs at $7.60, which was the high from back here in August. So lastly, I do want to take a look at the weekly chart where we can get a good look at two weekly moving averages that have been a pretty key level and important level throughout these last few months. So I'm just going to remove all the drawings so we get a little bit more clear of a picture, and then toggle on the 20-week simple moving average as well as the 21-weekly exponential moving average. And with these, we have seen that act as a band of resistance ever since retesting it on this first move right here in September, coming up into that level, rejecting off of it, another retest right here in October, and then lastly, the November move just before that last drop lower. And we are getting another retest, and this is the highest we've actually made. We have a weekly wick above these moving averages, and we're starting to see a solid move where we might have a candidate for a break above this. So definitely pay attention to this into the next few weekly closes. If Apecoin is able to break out above this with multiple weekly candles confirming above this as support, that will be the first bullish sign on the longer term momentum, because we would have this working in our favor, this working in our direction, as opposed to acting as resistance like we saw back here in the end of 2022. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and analysis. By the way, make sure to check out my Twitter page. I will leave a link to that in the description below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.